One night I had sex with a friend after a heavy night of drinking in Leeds. We did this often, and so it was usual for both of us. Earlier that afternoon, I had been to pick mushrooms in Eton Aurora around 6 p.m. By 8 p.m, I came to the conclusion that the mushrooms I had eaten definitely weren't trippy, and I was majorly disappointed. To top it off, my stomach was doing backflips from the funky feels fungi I thought would shoot me into hyperspace, but instead made me want to vomit. By the time we left the club early that morning, I had drank so much and smoked so much weed that I didn't care about the pain in my stomach, and it wasn't going to get in the way of getting me laid. Me and his friend got into his apartment and took each other's clothes off in the hallway. We spooned for approximately 30 seconds in his bed before vigorously touching each other. Oh god. Right. He ragged off my underwear, went down on me for a while. I remember being surprised his mouth felt so delicate on the end of my dick, since he hadn't slept with any other guys. How does a straight guy know so much about sucking dick? It must come naturally. He asked to fuck me after we attempted the 69. I was fucked, but even in that state of 69ing was kind of shit. What does that mean?
Because 69 is shit.
Oh, right. He put a condom on and tried to fuck me from the side, which just didn't work, because he couldn't seem to slot in anywhere. Slot in. So I threw my legs over his shoulders and he slid in with ease. Oh god. In our inebriated state, I let him bang me as hard as he possibly could. Oh, that's what it felt like anyway. That kind of sex where you can hear the balls slapping against the skin. The balls slap against the skin. This went on for a while until we both came and collapsed in each other's sweat and semen, spooning and instantaneously sleeping. In the morning, the mixture of alcohol, dodgy mushrooms, and the aftermath of a penis being slammed into my ass for a few hours meant that I felt like my insides were going to fall out of my asshole.
Keep going.
The hopefulness that I could spend all day in bed spooning and shagging quickly disappeared as I found myself in the bathroom, shitting painfully, a mixture of diarrhea and blood. The fear set in that I may have to die in a mess of naked, red shitty puddle because of some poisonous mushrooms and too much drink. I spent the next week in my arsehole feeling like a worn-out slipper. I just don't even know what to say.
Right.
Sorry.
We used to have parties when I was in first year of college where everyone would take a shit ton of MDMA and mong in someone's house. So one of these nights there were about 30 people in this house, including my recent ex-boyfriend, who I noticed was flirting a lot with one of our mates. Obviously at the time this pissed me off quite a lot, and coincidentally I had just learnt that one of my best friends was in love with me, and so decided to take advantage of this and flirt with him all night. We ended up getting in his sister's bed when everyone went to sleep. He immediately grabbed me and started kissing me. Both our jaws were locked from the large amount of MDMA we had taken. Our teeth were clashing. Ooh. He was attempting to bite my lip, but bits of skin were tearing away as my mouth was so dry. We ended up on the bed. We fumbled around taking each other's clothes off. I think I accidentally elbowed him at some point. I was sat on top of him, naked, apart from a baggy t-shirt.
This is awful.
He was almost naked, wearing his sister's cropped denim jacket. Laura, that's disgusting. How old is the sister?
Like 15.
Oh. I could see his small amount of half-grown chest hair poking through the jacket. I put his penis in me and started crying. He wasn't even hard, so nothing was really happening. I was just sat on a flaccid penis, listening to the sound of his teeth grinding together. Oh, excuse me, nightmares, man.
It's horrible.
He became a bit more erect, so I started to be able to actually have sex with him. He looked at me and said, "We're only going to be able to do this when you're fucked." What does that even mean?
Isn't like on drugs.
Oh, okay. I replied with yes and carried on fucking him. I put the covers over us and I started to get cold. At this point, one of our friends suddenly burst through the door, looked at us, laughed and walked out. I continued to grind on him. I held onto the ceiling beam for support and lowered myself further onto
Oh,
his
this
penis.
is horrible.
He took a very deep breath and I started fucking him faster. He ran his nails down my back, digging them into my spine as he
I thought it
reached
was
for
like
my
a
ass.
sex.
He grabs my ass with one of his hands and the other holding onto my shoulder.
It gets worse now.
This carried on for a while. I started to get bored. He wasn't doing anything due to how weird he was and my legs were beginning to hurt.
Weird.
Oh, weird, why? Probably the same. He started to go soft and we couldn't carry on, so I laid next to him. We found a half-smoked spliff next to the bed, so decided to smoke that. This made me feel incredibly strange. My eyes started flickering and the room started spinning. He tried to put his arms around me, but at this point I'd realised this was a bad idea because he was in love with me, and so I shrugged him off and went to sleep. We only fucked once again, but it was equally inebriated. He's still my friend. We never speak about it.